7:42. East of the Kursk border, low hills and black soil. The morning tastes like wet iron. Fog hangs in rags over beet fields cut by drainage ditches and hedgerows. A Challenger 2 with a cartoon stenciled on the glacis, white cursive, baby, creeps along a tractor lane that was never meant for 60 plus tons of British stubbornness. Thermal screens glow inside the turret like aquarium glass. Radios tick and sigh. Somewhere beyond the mist, Russian spotters talk to Russian drones, and every word they say is a loaded dice. 0745. Call sign, baby. Vehicle, Challenger 2, 82nd Air Assault Brigade. Commander Alexander rides high under the independent sight, eyes switching between the wide and the tight like a cameraman who's already seen the ending. Stanislav, loader, has forearms like rebar and that half-smile you see on men who organize chaos for a living. Andriy, gunner, is a metronome. Sergei, driver, keeps the revs fat and ready. They filled the tank with every ounce of war that fits. Dorchester composite brickwork bolted under additional skirts, slat on the tail, bar armor like a rib cage. Inside, there's room to breathe. A 2-room apartment after the T-72/T-80 broom closet, Alexander jokes when the net is quiet. Ammunition sits locked behind armored doors, charges entombed away from bodies. The vibe is simple. This tank is built to keep the crew alive, even if the day goes sideways. 0748. The L-30A1 rifled 120mm sleeps in the cradle. An old-school fist wrapped in modern software. APFSDS darts sit nose to tail in the bustle. HESH rounds waiting like rude letters you only send to buildings. The fire control system hums beside Andrei's cheek. The commander's sight slaved for hunter-killer work. Stanislav taps a projectile with his knuckle, ritual, and murmurs,
"First shot, all manual. After that, the tank does half my job. I just keep the belt moving."
Alexander is the philosophy department.
"Accuracy is the point,"
he says, low on the intercom.
"We don't spray, we don't pray. We place."
7:49. Contact sketches itself. Drone buzz at 1 o'clock, high. A Lancet silhouette in the haze, hunting with the patience of a tax audit. Sergei keeps the hull weaving, a gentle serpentine that makes range tables cry. Alexander's thumb takes a walk over the smoke guard. Not yet. Beyond the hedgerow, Andriy paints heat on a tree line. 2 BMPs doing bad impressions of boulders, and 1 tank further back, hull down, snout just peeking.
Range 26. Possible T-72 variant. Stanislav. Dart. Up. Send.
The gun recoils with a short earthquake. The long rod finds a seam like water finds a crack. Thermal blossoms into a white flower that forgets to be a tank.
Catastrophic.
Andriy says, voice flat as asphalt.
BMP left. 3-1. Seen. Send.
The heat tears in and turns space into confetti. Dismounts spill like coins from a pocket. A second BMP tries to reverse behind a haystack, as if straw will stop mathematics.
Track him.
0755. The field answers back. Mortars start bracketing the lane, the kind of punctuation you don't correct with red pen. Alexander lets the first shells write dust clouds around them.
"Smoke, front, driver, notch left, reverse slope."
6 grenades sneeze grey curtains that smell like burned magnesium and bad news. Sergei knows his baby into a hollow behind a berm. The stabilizer fights to keep the world steady through the drift. On Brigade-Net, a warning.
ATGM likely, north hedgerow, QFPV in 5.
7:58, and they notice the British tourist. Once the Russians see a Challenger 2, they develop opinions.
"We attract mass fires the way a magnet attracts shrapnel."
Alexander likes to tell rookies. The net gets hot. Reports of a Kornet team in the yellow farmhouse and a loitering munition launch from the orchard. Different killers, same thesis. Stop the heavy thing.
"Gunner, scan left of farmhouse. Loader, dart ready. Driver, keep the suspension angry."
The Challenger sways and hunkers like a bull about to decide on a fence. The Lancet tips into a shallow dive, its little wings shivering in the magnified sight picture. Andrei slews the coax, walking bursts across the approach vector. Tracers stitch air. The drone twitches, misses its first line, resets for the engine deck.
EW online?
Alexander asks on the command loop. A voice from the rear pit, the Brigade electronic warfare cart that smells like heat and solder, answers.
Brief window.
A smear of static appears in the picture. The Lancet's control link hiccuping. It's not enough. The drone fights through it. It's hungry. Contrail from the hedgerow. Andrei catches it peripherally. That glass thread that means not now, not ever.
Missile. Bearing 320.
Smoke, right, hard left.
Alexander's voice turns door hinge sharp. Sergei throws baby into a lurching pivot, and the world becomes fog. The Kornet dives into the wall of smoke, loses its nerve, and overcorrects. It kisses dirt a meter off the driver's left toe and detonates the idea of a ditch. The blast smacks the hull like a giant's open hand.
Non-penetration.
Andrei reports, checking panels that tell the story of spall and structure. Nothing ugly, just scuffs. 0805. Then this happened. The Lancet chooses this exact second to arrive. It threads the last wisps of smoke and commits to the upper left quarter of the turret roof, the spot any enemy pilot dreams about. Stanislav is already moving. He has been moving since the word missile happened, hauling the next dart up while his other hand slaps the emergency fire suppression guard down just in case. The drone impacts with a metallic yelp and a white-hot bite. There is no clean cinematic fireball, just abrupt violence and a concussion that makes teeth ring. The top armor bucks. A spray of hot shards hisses off the Dorchester laminate like rain off a greenhouse. Inside, the tank grimaces and keeps breathing. Sensors go speckled, then resolve. A tiny alarm chatter as an auxiliary battery drops and recovers. Overpressure kicks at the loader's ribs and then leaves.
Status?
Alexander asks, already knowing from the way the floor feels.
Cosmetic.
Stanislav answers, eyes dry, still feeding.
Paint lost. Ego intact.
Driver?
Tracks through. Steering fine.
Andrei?
Sight is good. Commander channel hot. Coax ready. Suggest we return the favor.
This is where the design philosophy shows its teeth. Charges are in armored bins. Projectiles are in their own world. The hit blew tiles and scarred skirts. The overpressure tried to crawl inward. But the layout refuses to let one bad moment become the last moment. The crew notices details. There's space to move, space to think. No propellant ropes sleeping under the floor plates. No carousel praying it never becomes a Catherine wheel. Alexander rubs fog off his eyepiece with a glove and laughs once, a bark.
You do that to a T-72 turret hump and it leaves the grid.
Silence on the net from the farmhouse. Then a murmur. The ATGM team is still there.
FPV up.
2 Ukrainian drones leap from behind a shed 300 meters back, their operators riding fiber like a leash through the RF noise. The little kamikazes skim hedges where the Kornet glare was last seen. They find a man dragging a tube toward a new firing angle. The first FPV argues with his ankle, loudly. The second finds the launcher and removes it from the conversation. ATGM team neutralized, comes the calm report.
Gunner, that BMP behind the hay. HESH. Up, send.
The round slaps the bale, pours concrete killing energy through straw into aluminum and men. The vehicle sighs and stops being useful.
Index to tank signature, right of the poplar.
Alexander says, voice back to lecturer. The hunter-killer slews, the reticle lands, Stanislav already ramming the next dart home. First shot was hand-loaded. Everything after feels like an orchestra. Gun, FCS, loader, commander, driver, all in tempo.
Send.
The enemy turret shudders, lifts, and then remembers gravity. Smoke that starts white and turns guilty grey. Counter battery whips the lane. Azala circles, trying to catch baby in a static frame. Alexander refuses to be a photograph.
Driver, roll. Never let them settle. Use the folds.
Serhej treats the field like a wave pool, surfing reverse slopes, letting only the parts of the tank that can take hits show their face. On the command net, a quiet truth repeats. Once Baby is spotted, everyone wants a piece. So Baby moves, constantly. Because the universe appreciates symmetry, another loitering munition, different origin, same hunger, sneaks in from the right rear. The bar armor on the bustle does its ugly, beautiful job. The drone clips a rib and detonates early. The blast fence sideways. The turret interior registers it as a rude knock on a door that stays locked.
Third hit would be greedy.
Andriy mutters, acquiring new heat to punish.
Greed is a Russian logistics issue.
Stanislav replies, shoving another dart home. Alexander checks the constellation of little lights, that means health. 1 amber where there used to be green, 2 greens where there might have been amber, a British Christmas tree, and all the presents still inside.
We don't prove points. We live. Egress by the orchard. Infantry crossing needs a guardian angel, not a corpse.
Copy.
Sir, he says, and Baby reverse steers like a dancer, turret always facing the last threat, hull slipping back into folds of earth.
82nd. Armor net.
A new voice breaks in.
Logistics spare to your east. Russian fuelers scurrying. If you can't shoot, scare.
Alexander smiles thinly.
We can shoot. Gunner, long range, track column, 2-8. Hash for the lead. Up, send.
The first tanker truck unknits itself. The second loses interest in being here. The spur is blocked by enthusiasm turning into geometry problems. Second order effects bloom. Every shell the Russians wanted to carry forward now sits in a puddle of its own plans. Inside the turret, the air is warm, human, and full of the tinny smell of burnt cordite and new scorches. Stanislav tests the loader's hatch. Its hinges complain, but obey. Fire suppression shows a green that wasn't a minute ago. The Dorchester tiles over the commander's left shoulder are scraped raw, but the spall liner looks like a boxer who dodged a hook.
Accurate, stubborn, and comfortable.
Alexander says into the quiet, not really to the crew, more to the idea of the tank.
It's not a queen on a chessboard. It's a lifeboat with a cannon.
9:02. The Russians try a different story. A battery of Grad launches somewhere northeast. It sounds like rain deciding to go to work. Alexander maps the ripple, does the math, and chooses a different fold of earth.
Driver, 2-7, low gear. Gunner, watch left ditch. Loader, keep the mail coming.
Stanislav grins.
Postal service never sleeps.
Serhej mutters a driver's litany. Coolant fine, gearbox singing in E flat, track tension good. Baby's CV-12 smells like warm oil and loyalty. There's a new squeak at the left idler, where there didn't used to be one. The crew hears it. Logbook will get a note. They keep moving. Later, when someone sticks a mic under Alexander's chin, he'll say it plain. British armor and the way the inside is laid out, that's why we're talking. Once they spot Baby, they throw the world at us. The trick is never to be where their math says we are. And Stanislav will shrug. My first shot, I earn it. After that, the systems do their clever things, and I just cycle targets. It's simple if you keep your head. But right now, there's no interviewer. There's only the lane, the hedges, the angry sky, and a tank that refuses to become a story about funerals. A new ATGM team tries a cross angle through a culvert. They've learned from the last one. Deeper shade, longer stalk. Alexander sees the telltale glass thread just as Andriy calls it.
There.
Driver, right track brake. Now!
The hull yaws, the Kornet's lead spoils, and the missile stabs a smoke bank instead of a British turret. A second shot begins, but the FPV wing pops from behind a willow and writes a hard stop at the base of the culvert. The learning curve is steeper for some. Western tanks in Ukrainian hands are about saving crews as much as killing armor. A destroyed turret you can replace. A dead crew, that's years of training and a family's last photograph. Baby wears weight and maintenance like a medal, yes. She drinks fuel like a choir drinks air. She demands spares like an opera star demands tea. But look at the numbers that matter in the end. Hit, hit again, drive out, crew intact. There's been a Challenger 2 lost in this war. Mines, fires, follow-on strikes, these words are not pretend. The difference is what the crews climb out of afterward. AT-80 tries a flank like it's auditioning for Fast and Furious Donetsk Drift. Andriy can't help himself.
Bless.
He says, and halves the silhouette with the sight gate.
Stanislav,
Up.
send.
Crack. The drift stops being a plan and becomes wreckage.
Time to be scarce.
Alexander says.
Route violet. No silhouettes on skylines.
Sergei hugs the contours, reverse steering through an orchard that smells like sap and cordite. The turret watches their six. A Russian quadcopter hovers on the edge of bravery and decides today is not the day. Infantry from the 82nd step out of a ditch, faces black with mud and smoke. One knocks on baby's skirt, like it's a door to a house where he grew up.
You still pretty?
Stanislav pops the loader's hatch and throws down a thumbs up.
Prettier than you.
Laughter cracks the tension like a knuckle. Damage. Exterior tiles chewed. Skirts exfoliated. One storage box complaining about its life choices. Mobility, nominal. Firepower, spicy. Crew, 4 beating hearts and a rhythm that didn't break. Alexander scribbles in the kneeboard log with a pencil shortened by war. 2 BMPs, 2 tanks, 2 ATGM teams, 3 loitering munitions engaged, 0 penetrations. Egress clean. He underlines 0 because some numbers deserve ceremony. The Brigade-Net begins its post-action chorus. Artillery confirming a fuel supply pause east of the spur. EW logging the Lancet links they stepped on. Sappers noting where the berms held and where they sagged. In the margin of this larger war, a single line shines. Baby took direct hits and brought her people home. Zoom out with the drone that doesn't exist for anyone but us. See how one tank that refuses to die becomes a knot in the enemy's rope. Missile teams burn down, loitering munitions expended into armor that shrugs, fuel trucks panicking into each other, a battery shifting fires to chase a ghost. See how a crew that lives fights tomorrow. See how that tomorrow stacks. It's expensive, this life-saving machine. It's heavy and high maintenance and honest about both. And yet today, X dollars in Russian missiles and drones just bought exactly 0 funerals here. That arithmetic is the only gospel that matters. Alexander keys the private loop, voice softer now.
You guys always ask me if I trust the armor. I tell them I trust the people who built it, and I trust us to use it right. We keep moving. We mine the ground. We don't give the enemy straight lines and long looks. The armor buys us mistakes. Our job is to make fewer.
Silence. The kind you want. Sergei feathers the throttle and lets the CV-12 settle into a low, smug hum. The tank smells like warm brake pads and victory you don't brag about. Up the line, a platoon of Russian armor starts to back off. Radios coughing questions that sound a lot like, what now? Behind baby, tracks furrow damp soil that will remember this weight for hours. Ahead of baby, the next fold of ground waits. The fog lifts a little. You can see farther than you could 10 minutes ago, and everything you see is complicated. That's fine. That's the job. Baby rolls. The crew checks and rechecks. The turret ticks and breathes. Somewhere above, a drone circles and decides to look elsewhere. Somewhere ahead, a farmhouse door moves where no wind should be. That's tomorrow's problem. Pokrovsk still stands in the east. The Kursk hedges still whisper. Baby still purrs. Bye for now.